So this is my compost pile, and it's been a while since I let this turned it, or it's been a while since we even put anything in it. So, but I'm gonna let you see what it looks like under the bottom there. It's good dirt, it's good soil under there. So I mean, I don't want to put my hands in it, but it's do y'all see that? It's like kitchen scraps, old leaves from the garden. This looks like a tree, but it's trying to break down. There's probably some potatoes in here, and but it is very good soil down under there. Very good. That's kind of why I didn't want to put anything else in it. But 'cause I think it still has some breaking down to do. But it's eggshells in it. And there's a little worm. But see how nice that is? And this is we started this last spring, and it's very good. So there is a leaf label, a plant label. But the cotton looking stuff, that is dryer lint, and it's newspaper in here. It looks like a pineapple. But that's in it, so I'm just gonna let it stay. But this works very good when you use it in your garden, and you know where it came from when you compost yourself. I've seen veteran YouTubers, gardeners, get some compost from somewhere, and they ended up with a bad disease, and it kills all the plants. And so you're taking a big risk when you're buying it. I buy compost from the store. I do. Because this takes a long time to break down. So in the meanwhile, I go buy some. But you're taking a big risk, because when you buy it from the store, it may be a batch that, turned out it was bad for some reason. And you don't know it, and they don't know it either until, somebody use some of it. And then it kills the whole garden. And then they got to go back and see, but then you lost a customer, because I know some people that will not use black cow manure because of that reason. They got a bad batch of it and it killed everything in their garden. So they will not use it and they will not say anything good about it. I still use it from time to time. I most of the time just use compost manure because I think that what we get is local. So, but it's cheaper than the black cow, and so we continue to use it. You're just taking a risk. Everyone takes a risk when they buy something from the store and put it in their garden. So I'm gonna use this in my compost. These are the plants that I just took out over there. I still have a few months before I will be needing to use this. So hopefully it'll break down a little. But before I use it, I'll just come out here and break it, turn it, and get that from the bottom and use it. One thing that I didn't do this past fall that I did the fall before was I sharpened my garden tools, like these shears, but I bought these for Christmas for myself for Christmas in 2021. So, but I didn't do that with my tools. This was a busy fall. 2022 was busy, and I didn't get to do a lot of things that I did the year before, preparing for the next year. So one day I'll probably take these apart and sharpen them before I use them again. I used them a lot this summer 2022. And actually these are the Fiskar shears, clippers, and all my tools I bought them for myself, like I said, Christmas 2021, and I used them all last summer, and they are still going. Now, tools that I have bought at Dollar General and $1.25 tree, they are going to garden tool heaven, because especially the cutters, because they just don't hold up. Springs come out of them, and I know you don't pay that much for them, so you don't expect much for them. But I don't want to be buying tools all the time. So I just went ahead and spent the extra money and invested in me some better tools. But I didn't sharpen them. Like I should have last fall. And I'll get it done. But this year, I'm gonna be making more super juice and compost tea more than I have been. Because once you get your gardens going a year or so, you shouldn't have to be going to buy all that expensive soil again. Just make what you got. Keep it healthy. And then if you have to go buy more, one of your beds maybe just kind of went down some, should be able to just get you some topsoil, kind of a good topsoil, and then use your amendments that you already have, like your own compost or your compost tea or super juice or whatever you prefer, and do that. And it's expensive when you get a new garden bed to get the dirt and get it all set up and get it healthy and growing for you. And of course you're gonna get the best then, but you shouldn't have to do that every time. You're gonna grow in it. So I spread it out, all of those leaves and everything that I just put in it, and so now I'm gonna I went in the house and I got these eggshells and kitchen scraps that we've had in there. These leaves, I didn't want to get rid of them because they are good to put in here. But our eggshells, we're just, after we use them, we wash them really good, and we just put them to the side, and I always end up putting them in the compost. Now, it takes eggshells a long time to break down, and a lot of people, I don't know if they boil them, but they clean them really good. I think they do bake them or something. And I know some will dehydrate them. And then once they dehydrate them, they will put them in the blender or their Ninja and just turn them into dust. Make it real dusty. And it's more benefits in doing it that way It's like what I'm doing right now. It's gonna take this a long time to break down. Because even when I turned it, I could see still eggshells. But it can just break down in your garden. Because in the eggshells, they have a lot of nutrients in it. I have a coworker that she brings me eggs from her hens. And her hens were laying a lot of eggs there before the freeze. And she even asked me, "You want some hens?" My sister and I, we're too scared of animals. So I told her, I don't think so. So I have some orange peels here. Cut that up. This orange smells good. Now this compost is not going to heat up like it would if it was in the summertime. When it gets hot, when it gets heated up hot, it will break down faster. The worms get busy and they eat this stuff up and break it down. More eggs. I would have had more stuff to put in here, but we had been getting rid of stuff because I told my sister, I said, I don't know if we should put any more stuff in that compost because the bottom of it is really good and I don't know if we should keep on adding to it. And I thought, well, I'll get another container and maybe put that stuff into it. But then I didn't go get another container. I'm just sometimes so laxy-daisy. And I don't do what I should do all the time. But now I'm just going to put newspaper all over the top of this. In the summertime. See, the newspaper is the brown in your, it would be like adding leaves or like the lint. It's the brown for your compost because you have to add your greens and you have to add your browns. And your greens will be like your kitchen scraps or leaves from your garden. And so but the newspaper is brown. And in the summertime, when we're breaking this down, when this is breaking down, if you don't smell your compost, you pretty much got it evened out. You got it evened out because your compost should not smell. Now, I think there's some people who are saying now that it doesn't matter if it smells. And but our compost never really smelled. See, I'm right here on my patio, and we never really had any problems with, can't be out there because that compost stink. But never really had a problem with that. So, but I did want to get it off of the patio because it is not a pretty sight. We always keep the top on it, but it stains the concrete so bad. And so later on, when we start growing out here in a month or so, my sister and I, we will take this and probably move it out there with my other compost container is. But like I said, if I move it out there, I'm probably not gonna, if it's hot, it's summertime and we're into the growing season, I probably will. But like it is now, cold and stuff, I'm not gonna go out there and put anything in it. So maybe I'll just compost here on the patio in the wintertime and just compost out there in the summertime. But my container that's out there, it has, the top blew off of it. It broke all up into pieces because of the weather. I don't know about you guys, but the containers that you buy to grow in, you can get the cheap ones, and you can get the cheap ones, and they ain't gonna last long. Cause the ones that I had out there, well, I still got them out there, but sometime I know I'll probably be going in and replacing those, but they don't last long. If you lean on the side of it, they break and you almost go down to the ground because the thing just ain't no good. But those black ones, those heavy duty ones, black ones, they last. They're good. And I want to show you what I mean over here, because I had my cabbage over here on the patio growing, and I'm going to show you what I mean. But this is all I got for my compost. I may be overdoing it with the newspaper right here, but in the summertime when I would fill it up with my my kitchen scraps. I would put newspaper in here, all over the place in here, and that keeps the odor down so it don't smell so bad. Have pests and stuff coming up. 'Cause I haven't had any problems with any pests coming into snooping around in here to see what this is, because our compost pile never did smell, because this is the way we did it. Put kitchen scraps in here, old leaves from the garden, and then pile newspaper on top and put the top on it, and you never know what's in here. So that's it for my compost pile. I got holes all in the top so the rain can get down into it. But every time I turn it, it just blows out. But it's holes all in the bottom. I don't think this one had holes in the side, but my one out there, I put holes all in the side. And that one out there, this one is my first one. I think it's 55 gallons. And the one I got out there is a 37 gallon, I think. And it is all torn up and it's horrible. But I'll be right back. Okay, I was mentioning a while ago that the containers that you buy, if you think you're saving money and spend less money on a container, don't do that, because you spend less money and I promise you it's less quality. Now, this one I got in 2021, had strawberries growing in it, and it's still just as sturdy as it can be. It's sturdy. The strawberries got to growing so much, the runners were going every which way. They were all over the place. They were growing every which way. So I thought, well, I'll go get me another container. And so I spent less money. I think this one is a 27 gallon. Yeah, it's a 27 gallon. And so I went to go get this one, which is I think it's a 30 gallon container. I thought, oh, this one will be bigger. And I put it right next to that one and let my runners run over into it, my strawberry runners. And look at here. And this didn't just happen. It happened back in the summer. But every time you lean on it or something, it just pops. And I mean, it's a hole down through there. It's not that good. It's not good. So go ahead, if you need a container, get you one of these kind. They sell these at Lowe's. They sell these at Home Depot. They sell these at Sam's. And they sell them at Walmart. It's just, and it's that top that comes with them. That top right there, that's the top to it. But these are better containers, and you will not regret it. These are not good. They're just not. And probably this may make it through next season, but that's probably all it's going. It's probably 2024. That one's probably gonna go to container heaven. I got a whole bunch of them out there in the garden that I had my tomatoes. I first started out with those right there. Those are the same ones. They are 30 gallons, and they are all torn, and the tops, if I had some tomatoes or something in them, and then I put the tops over them because I'm expecting a storm or something, those tops flew out in the field. They went everywhere, and some of them gone. I could get some, but some were way so far. I was like, oh well, it's gone. Container heaven. But so those blue ones, those gray ones, they were blue, but they're gray now. But I got them in the spring of 2021, and so they went through 2021, 2022, and spring 2022, I got those black ones, there, and so those are the good ones, and they're still going.